Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about boxing gloves. You can see a lot of boxing gloves here. We get comments now and again asking us about boxing gloves. What do I buy? I mean, how much do I spend? Normally, what people spend for beginners, they normally spend between £0 and £50. Anything up to £50 is for beginners. That could be somebody who doesn't fight at all, somebody who's thinking of going to take some boxing lessons or kickboxing lessons, or somebody who's had a few lessons and you know, they want to get a pair of boxing gloves. And then others, basically from 50 and above, 50 to about 100 is the like intermediate model. Basically, it's the model where like people who can fight but are not professional fighters, such as myself and Billy. So we're trained kickboxers, but the thing is, we don't make a living out of kickboxing. We have other jobs. So and so most people will buy. Most people that train would buy those gloves between 50 and £100 normally, and then 100 and above, all the way to God knows what, £500–600, you can end up spending on a pair of gloves. That's the professional gloves, yeah? Wonderful stuff. Okay guys, the reason we've got these gloves here today is because we want to just point out a couple of things. You don't have to go and spend loads of money on a pair of gloves. I've got a pair of gloves here that belong to Billy. So we've got 3 pair of gloves here today. We've got these ones called Lonsdale. Yeah, these are 10 ounce. They're very comfortable. They look great, and Billy's had them for
over 10 years now.
Over 10 years, and they're still going strong. Do you know what the secret is? They're made out of leather. If you've got to buy leather gloves, you've got to buy boxing gloves, don't go for the false leather. Go for real leather. It's a proven fact that real leather gloves feel better in the hand. And they just last forever, so you get better value for money. So and the Velcro is really good. I think Billy's got a double Velcro here. It's really good. When you've got double Velcro, it's never going to come off. And the Velcro is just at the right place. It doesn't get in the way when you fight him. So it doesn't. Whenever he's punched me with these gloves, he's never got me with the Velcro because it's just at the right place. And the other thing to point out when you put boxing gloves on, you want to make sure that your wrist is supported, i.e. you haven't got a lot of space left here, so that it needs to just be snug on your wrist. And another thing, with boxing gloves, you should really always wear wraps, wrap your hands up, but you want to make sure when you buy boxing gloves, get to the shop guys, don't buy them online, because you want to put the wraps on and then you want to put your hand in there and find out if it's actually comfortable. And finally, when you put boxing gloves on, you need to be able to make a fist. If you don't make a fist, then they're not the right gloves for you guys, yeah? But these gloves are solid and they're still going strong after over 10 years, yeah? So Lonsdales, I don't know if you can get these anymore because Billy's bought them over 10 years ago, but whatever you get, go for leather. That's my personal advice. So the next ones I'm going to show you are these belong to our camera lady Kelly. So basically, these again are made by Blitz. They're leather gloves, and they're not being used much, but they're really good. They're really well built. You've got double stitching, really good Velcro, and yeah, absolutely. And when you put these on, there's really hardly any gap left. So if I show you. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, a little bit of gap, but not a lot. And they feel solid. They feel very. And you can easily make a fist, and your thumb is really well supported. Yeah, they're really good. Solid gloves. And these ones are 12 ounce. And yeah, nice little Velcro, but it's perfect. It's solid. So yeah, and also they're very breathable. You can see they've got this mesh here that allows your hands to breathe so they don't smell. Billy's ones have got the breathing slot here as well to allow your hands to breathe, which is very important, otherwise your hands are going to sweat, and once they sweat they're going to start smelling. So yeah, these are solid as well, and they will last a long time because they're made out of leather. Double stitching, perfect. And finally I'm going to go on to my boxing gloves. These ones are made by Tomios. I believe this is from Decathlon. Yeah, it does say Decathlon here. These are 16 ounce. They look exactly the same as the 12 ounce gloves that I normally train with, except on my ones the Velcro it's got an elastic band. Most gloves have an elastic band here. the band was getting really loose. So what I decided to do now is cut that back in order to still be using them, because once the Velcro hits, it's solid, even on my old ones. And I've had my old ones for about 18 years now, 17, 18 years, something like that. And there's absolutely no tears on the gloves, because they're leather gloves, there's no tears on them. The only thing I don't like about them is that on the 12 hands gloves that I normally train with, when I put my wraps on, I'm not sure if you see that, but if you've noticed that, I struggle to get my hand in there. So maybe they're a little bit too small for me. So again, guys, get down to the shops, put your wraps on, then put your gloves on and see how they feel. My gloves feel great, but when I put wraps on, it's a little bit tight. So what I've done now, because I like mine, because I've had them for a long time, and like I said, there's absolutely no wear on them after 18 years of use. I've decided to get exactly the same ones. I was lucky enough to find these second hand. They've been bought, but nobody's used them. And yeah, I just picked them up. And again, they've got the double stitching. They've got the Regal, they've got the air slot here. These are 16 hands, so they got a bit more padded, and these allow me to put to wrap my hands and use them. And they absolutely smell great. They don't smell at all. And even the ones I've got at home that I've been using for years, they don't smell at all, because they're very well ventilated. So okay, guys. So basically, one thing that these three pair of gloves have in common is that they were all, believe it or not, bought for under £30. So you don't have to go spending a fortune for a good set of gloves. They were all under £30. Yeah? Lonsdale here, Blitz and Domino's. So basically, just to wrap it up, go for leather gloves, get to the shop, try them yourself, see how they feel, make sure that one, they're breathable, they've got a ventilation system so your hand can breathe, because your hands are going to be sweating there. Two, make sure they fit with wraps on. And three, make sure they support your wrist when you put them on, so you don't have a big gap here. When you put them on, you don't want to have a massive gap here, otherwise if you have a big gap here, then they're not really supporting your wrist well. And finally, make sure that you can make a fist and your thumb is nicely supported. Yeah? So they're the things to look for, guys. Go for leather gloves, not for fake leather, because you know these will last forever. I don't want to be buying gloves every single year. Do you know what I mean? And normally they say that leather gloves last. I know leather gloves last a long time, but they say fake leather gloves last about a year, between 1 and 2 years, depending on how much you use them. So yeah, personally, what I'd say is get leather gloves. And secondly, with regards to numbers, again, get to the shop and try them on. Because like I said, the 12s fit me a bit tight if I put wraps on. But if you want to go and do heavy bag work, then go for larger numbers because they've got more padding. But if you want to fire in a ring or something like that, then you'll probably be going for the lower numbers like 8 and 10, 8 and 10s. But you want to find out by trying them on first and see how they feel. Okay guys, anything you want to add, Billy?
No, I think you covered everything very well.
Okay, well thank you very much, yeah. And thank you for your time, Billy. And thank you, Kelly, our camera lady. And thank you for letting us use these gloves to make this video. And thank you guys, we'll see you in the next video.